Welcome back to the Holiday Diaries. This is my Universal Studios Orlando Resort solo trip. And this is where I give all of my unfiltered thoughts and feelings from throughout the day that didn't make it into the vlog and basically overshare and overthink my life with you. So feel free to join along. Firstly, how are you doing? And I'm going to ask twice so you can answer honestly. How are you doing? Let me know in the comments. This is a safe space. We're all friends and let's share. Today was Epic Universe Day. And today started a little bit odd because last night I told you that I wasn't going to do Epic Universe today because I needed to sort out the Disney vlog, and because I had one other task to do today, I couldn't fathom possibly planning anything else for the day. And I was like, I'll just relax. So I managed to get the Disney video done and dusted by about 11 o'clock this morning. And I was like, you know what? Why can't I go to Epic Universe? So I did. Bear in mind, I didn't get there till about lunchtime and it was hot. So hot. Firstly, Epic Universe is, as it says on the tin, epic. It's absolutely incredible. You'll have seen me gush about it in the vlog. I'm not going to go on any further in this one. So it was hot. I was bothered. I just didn't know what to do with myself. Yeah, so one of the things that I struggled with yesterday was kind of that unsure of what to do, and it kind of like exacerbated itself today because Epic Universe, I've never been before. It was all very overwhelming. I wanted to take all the pictures, do all the vlogs. I wanted to experience everything, but I also wanted to be in the moment, but I was conscious I needed a video, and it all just got a little bit too much. I ended up just not really doing much. I was like wandering around a bit aimlessly because I had to make the decision and I had to make the plan, and I couldn't commit myself to make those decisions. I even went to a place for food that I knew some of my friends go to. So I kind of like took that decision away from myself as well. I didn't research anything, didn't look at anything. I just thought, oh, they go there, let's do that. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was incredible. The pizza was great. But again, I couldn't just sit and think. And I think also that was exacerbated by the fact that it was just so hot. So hot. It was the second I got off the bus, I was like, wow. Like, it's as if from going from Cabana Bay to going to Epic Universe, it had gone up by like 3 degrees. It was just insane, the heat as you get off that bus. I don't know if it's the concrete or if it's what it is, but everyone says that Epic Universe is the hottest park, and I can see why. Like, it was a hot day today anyway. I think it was at 33 degrees. I think that very much contributed to the fact that I couldn't just sit and regulate because there was too many kind of factors interfering with my body, if that makes sense. I did give in and clip my hair up, and that really helped just to get the sticky ickiness of my hair sticking to me off me and kind of get that stimulation away from the situation. But ultimately what happened was I did a few rides, not a lot. I went into 3 of the 4 portals. I'm really disappointed with myself in Mario World because I went in and immediately was like, whoa, this is hot, there's too many people, I need to get out of here now. Like, again, that I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't like that kind of situation, which is really, really odd because I've been so excited to go to Epic Universe, and it's because it's that like planning and control thing. I've tried to stay away from as much spoilers as I can, but in that I don't feel prepared enough to go, right, I'm going to do this, 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 and this in that order. I just kind of went with no plan, and that didn't really work for me. So if you are going and you were a little bit like me, make a bit of a plan, decide which portal you're starting in. Maybe don't just wing it on the morning and decide, yeah, I'm going to go. I did enjoy arriving a bit later when there wasn't the big EPA crowds to get in for early park admission. So I could walk in calmly and appreciate the Kronos and Celestial Park. I did really enjoy that. But anyway, I ended up coming back to the resort because I was just a bit too hot, too everything. I didn't want to be there anymore. So I came back to the resort. I came and got my book to go and sit downstairs because I was like, even though it was hot for some reason, I thought, let's not sit in the room for a bit. So I went and sat on a sunbed for a bit, for about, it must have been about 45 minutes because the match was on. So it was the whole second half. And again, I was just hot, but I was just kind of chilling on the sunbed. I didn't even read. I just kind of closed my eyes and kind of probably had a little bit of a nap, which I think helped a bit. Then I went and got some ice cream. Sugar always helps. And then I came back up to the room and it was about 5, 6 o'clock. And I was like, right, I'm just tapping out. I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to faff about on my phone. I put Netflix on, which I love that they've got Netflix in the room, but that's not good because the series binging is so tempting when you've got sore feet and you just want to sit in. And so I was kind of tossing up with the idea of, do I go to Universal Studios or do I go back to Epic? And I started chatting to a couple of people online and they're like, just go back to Epic. Just go back to Epic. It'll be cooler. There's a nighttime show and it's beautiful at night. So I did. I put my big girl pants on and I think I was also feeling icky and sticky and I was like, I don't really want to get changed. And I was like, you know what? Everyone else is icky and sticky. They've been there all day. Bit of deodorant, you'll be all right. Probably a bit grim, but it's what I did. I freshened myself up a little bit, but I was like, I'm not getting changed because I just don't want to. So chucked on my shoes, got on the bus at 7 o'clock, and it was the best decision I did. It really was. And I think sometimes we get stuck in that bubble of, you know what, it's okay to stay in our little safe space and not step out and do the uncomfortable thing. But if we don't do the uncomfortable things, we don't step forward and we don't experience new things and we don't progress, we don't achieve our goals. And that's something I really want to focus on changing. And I really want to lean in, particularly on this trip, to kind of stop my brain just trying to keep me in this like little safety bubble, because it kind of it's had to for quite a while. It's had to protect me. And now I'm very much in a place where I need to be stepping out, trying new things, working out, like I said before, what makes me tick. I had an incredible night at Epic. I think something else that has potentially swung my mood a bit today is the fact that I didn't really speak to many people today. There was an odd couple, but not like the chat I had with the lady yesterday morning or anyone else really. And I think also there's not a lot of space in the Epic Park to have that quiet time that I did yesterday morning, where I was able to go and find a shaded place out the way to just sit and faff on my phone. It's all pretty much in direct sunlight. It wasn't overcast. It was a beautiful day, which meant it was even hotter. There's not a lot of aircon unless you're either in a shop or a restaurant, which I do enjoy, just a generic aircon location. Epcot has the best one. That Communicore Hall is the best, like, free aircon, I call it, because you're not in a shop and you're not in a restaurant. If every single park could do something like that, it would make the world of difference just to get your core body temperature down. Something else I've noticed is vlogging while doing something new. I always try to take vlogging as me recording my trips as memories and sharing them with you. I try and think of it as if you're coming with me and you're stood next to me, we're having a chat and a natter about thoughts and feelings of the day and what's going on. But when you're in a situation where you don't actually know what's going on, you don't know where things are, you're a bit like not taking in your environment. Like, I couldn't find any restrooms today at all. And I had to ask someone a couple of times to try and find some restrooms. And I think it was just because I was so focused on vlogging and talking and maybe taking some pictures that I just wasn't taking in my periphery. I just couldn't find them, unless they are just really hidden away, but I don't think they are. But yeah, I think vlogging something new is difficult. Vlogging in general can be quite tricky. I try to do it as just have the camera there and walk around as if I was, like I say, as if you were just walking next to me. If anyone wants any tips on vlogging and getting started, and particularly vlogging Universal and Orlando and Disney holidays, let me know. I would love to share my tips and advice. Pre-vlogging, we took video cameras with us on every single holiday, even in 1994. It was like one as big as your head, but I have footage from every single Disney holiday that I've taken. So filming while in the parks is not unusual to me, but filming while in a park that I don't know is. And I think that is something else that kind of fuzzled with my head today a little bit, because I was like, well, this is rubbish content because I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what I'm saying. And I need to forget that it's not about being perfect, it's about just sharing with you and bringing you along with me. And it's not about the views, it's about doing it for my own memories and enjoyment and all that fun stuff. One thing I will quickly say on vlogging, which I'll say in this one rather than in a tips video, and it's not specific to vlogging, is if you're filming on your phone or anything like that, if you're filming a nighttime show or any show or pretty much anything really, try not to watch what you are watching through the screen. So I filmed the fireworks tonight and the camera was here. So I was looking above the camera and was actually watching it. I see so many people that watch the screen rather than watching what's actually happening, and it makes a world of difference to the experience. It really does. So just try and hold your camera, like set it up, make sure it's in the right place and just leave it. The fireworks aren't moving. You don't need to move it, just leave it as is. I think a goal for me tomorrow is to try and plan my day a little bit in the morning and not overthink it and not kind of get in that rut. And if I can feel myself going into that, I want to try and maybe take some time out and go and sit in a cooler place, have a relax, have a drink, sit and faff around on my phone doing some Instagrams or some TikToks or whatever it may be, just to try and make sure I don't end up, I don't know how long I was at the resort this afternoon. I think it's like good 4 hours easy. And I could have easily spent the whole night here, and I'm so glad I was chatting to people online because I don't want to waste my trip here. It's such a privilege to be able to do this, and to just be sat in my room is a waste. But my head always goes to like a million steps ahead, and I know I'm not alone in this. My head goes from, oh, it's 7 o'clock now. By the time I get there, it's going to be 8. I'm only going to have an hour. So, and then I want to film like this video on the night. So what's even the point? I may as well just stay here. Where actually between now and then was, the battery's going flat. So it's almost 11 o'clock now. So that's been 4 hours. That's 4 hours of doing really fun stuff. I spent 3 hours in the park. I managed to get on Battle of the Ministries, a walk-on single rider. That was incredible. And yeah, I need to get out of my own head and move myself forward. Tomorrow the plan is Volcano Bay, I believe, because I'm going to chill out a bit. I've just realised something as well. Like I said, this is my unhinged thoughts, and we will go off on tangents because I am the captain of the waffling. If I compare this to a normal Disney trip, I've normally pre-planned out which parks we're going to on which days with lightning lanes and dining reservations 6 weeks before I even arrive. So to me, it's a very alien right now to be not knowing where I'm going to eat, not have eaten really on Universal. So my eating is something I want to change because I want to experience the really good food. And I know there is really good food out there. I just need to actually hunt for it. because all I'm finding at the moment is burger and pizza. And the only meals that I've actually eaten since I left home, this is a really sad statement, since I left home on Thursday evening is pizza. I had pizza at the hotel. I had a full English at the lounge on the morning. But I had pizza the night that I got here. No, I didn't. I had tenders. I did have tenders. But then I had pizza, and then I've had pizza again. So I've had a lot of pizza. I want to stop eating pizza. I want something like a rice bowl or some kind of noodles or something a little bit different. I was going to get the mac and cheese corn tonight, but got a little bit sidetracked with Battle of the Ministry and the show. So can you just go with the flow? Or are you a bit like me and you need to have that structured plan in place? I'm just interested as to kind of, or if you were that person with a structured plan and needed that, how did you manage to switch, if you've been able to switch to kind of the free and easy, go with the flow kind of vibe? I'd be really interested to know that. So I'm going to love you and leave you. That's been my waffle of the night. I was going to get some food, as you know what, I do this all the time. I do this all the time because I'm incapable of ending a conversation. I'll tell you this last thing and then we'll say goodnight. I came back at about 10:30 and I thought, oh, I'll grab something from the quick service, because again, I've only had one meal today. I didn't even have any breakfast, so I've only had the pizza from Pizza Moon and an ice cream. So I thought, I'll be sensible, I'll grab myself something on the way up. The queues for the quick service in the hotel were out the door, like literally out of the canteen, and that was for both the like tenders and burger station and the pizza and pasta station. They were just mental. So I was like, nah, tapping out, not dealing with that. I'm not actually hungry. I do have some chocolate and some Kit Kats and stuff kicking around the room, so I'll have one of them before I go to bed, and then I will make sure I have breakfast before I go to Cabana Bay. No, Cabana Bay's here. Volcano Bay tomorrow morning. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you so much for watching. I love chatting to you, and don't forget to hype the video if you can. It makes the world of difference for little channels like mine. And I'm going to go to bed. So don't forget to make your own magic, because if you don't, no one else will. And don't just hide in your bedroom like I nearly did today. So good night. Bye.